All right. C1x Updates, episode 17, I think. Looks like we're rolling with the dark webcam today. I typically have a lamp on, but I don't want to get up to turn it on. So this is going to be a short one, probably about 45 minutes ish. Yeah, last time we put the finishing touches on the round timeline, got at least the structure of this in place, and now it's time to start making it look pretty. So I had some additional notes. Let me go look at these real quick. See if I'm gonna extra miss changes. Yeah, all right, we can get to that. Let's go back up. All right, so updating icons. Let's pull up the graphic here. All right, so this is for the legend. Backward, forward, upward, downward. Is chevron is one. So that is going to kind of be my issue. I kind of liked those. Is there one for downwards? Going through all the options here. And maybe we're just going to do keyboard arrow. All right, so we're going to go keyboard arrow left, keyboard arrow right, keyboard arrow up, and keyboard arrow down. Do I want double down arrow? Maybe we'll just roll it down for now. All right, what does southwest look like? I'll hit that. Maybe not straight. Southwest. Maybe northeast here. Angle and disk choice. So this is going to be that radio button. Checked or unchecked? Definitely checked. All right, and then what was angle? What is that guy? Let me go to my default breakdown graphic. Icons, angle is rotate left. Okay. So that's going to be what we got here. Let's go further down to where I'm actually displaying the icons. Icon map. And then here we're just going to arrow up, keyboard arrow down, southwest, northeast, rotate left, radio button unchecked. All right, so we can get rid of those. So that's updating the icons. Different on left side, angle and disk are different on right side. So those are good. Add icon legend below the graph, which we have. We need to match ideally match the height of it, which maybe I just need to add a little tiny bit of spacing. So on the miss breakdown, this is putting, like 12 maybe. Yeah. That looks good. All right, we're calling that good too. I guess maybe we go ahead and update fonts and then I can jump into the other stuff. And that works. We had no long or short. Those icons are kind of small. Maybe we will go with the we can give it a try, I guess, down here first. Let's go with the double arrows. Wherever I put them at. Keyboard double arrow left. So we just need to interject this and all of them. Yeah, I like that better. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing here. Interject double for the legend. So that's going to update the icons. Last item on this initial list was updating fonts. I had the putting stuff too. Alright, so maybe what we actually do is we'll go down to my extra list here. And then I'll go back up. Yeah, we're still rolling. Okay. Alright, updating the icons used, which we did that. Updating icon and font colors. So I think I'm probably just going to make them black. Legend is good. Let's get these down on a new one. That needs to just be solid black. Color black. And then let's go down here. Where do I draw the icons and text at? Icons black. Text painter. This is fine. Black. Okay, I'm going to change the colors too. That's on the to-do list. But update gradient colors. Let's add border to ovals. Make axes. Good. I'm adding more notes now. Alright, updating icon and font colors is done. Gradient, again, only doing the throwing side right now. Gradient colors I do want to look at. Gradient range, gradient color. Yeah, so it's just a mix between the two. If max count is equal to min count, return orange. Is that how I want to do it? No, max count is. And so what values here is counts, or it misses counts. It's empty return is equal to counts list. Okay. So max is going to be the largest, min's the smallest. If the max is equal to the min, then we're just making everything orange. I don't hate that. We can at least make these app theme colors. These really should be, I should be using presets for this. Let's do that. I really should be. Static var miss distribution default container color app theme colors dot. I need an orange. Just main orange is good. Static var miss distribution gradient colors equal to this. Let's go app theme colors. I do need a green. Mint perhaps. Colors orange, maybe like a red orange. Let's try fiery orange. That does make this seem a little silly, so maybe this one we go like the yellow. Yeah, all right. Deep stats colors dot miss distribution default container color. Miss distribution colors 0 and 1. All right, let's hit a reset on that, see if I like this gradient better. I do like it a bit better. I think I'm okay to roll with that right now. Let's stick with that for the gradient colors. Next thing I wanted to do is make these ovals a little bit more narrow. Draw a miss bubble. So that's what I need, I assume. Width, bubble radius. Yeah, can I just... What happens if I just get rid of that? It doesn't like it. Width is required. I assume I can't go the same height. Ooh, I can get close to it though. All right, sure. You can even go a little bit more. Yeah. Expand icon to paint, paint left side. I wonder why it'll create it like this. How do I decrease the amount of spacing here? Icon, it's its own font family, text direction. LTR, left. Total width divided by 2. Text painter. Left plus width. So if I make that by like a 2.5, that adds space? No, that just shifts it. This is offset. So everything is just offset too much. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give this to ChatGPT. Change the below function to ensure that there is a bit less spacing between text and icon. Both as a group centered within the bubble. Cool. Let's give this a try, see if it was successful there. Pretty much. I guess it thinks that's centered, even though it does not look centered. Icons still don't quite look centered. Why? Not height. Like they are centered horizontally. So why not just wrap the icon and text in a row instead of trying to custom paint them? And so what, the whole thing is a custom painter? Okay. All right. Right, because like the 5 looks decent. The 1 over here for some reason is, I guess these two look the same. They look worse. Bar. If count equals 1, number offset equals 2, sure. And then can we just do plus number offset? That went the wrong way. Yeah. Yeah, now what if a count equals 10? What if I just do this? Still kind of fits. Does make me think that this section needs to be a little bit bigger to accommodate. So we'll do that and call it good. All right, so updated gradient colors. Made the ovals a bit more narrow, minimizing the width, I think, as much as I can. I don't want to go too much more because of the double digits. Adding a border. All right. How can I add a border to this oval? Yeah, if it's a container, it's one thing, but the custom painters, I'll just let it do it for me. Make it easy. Tab that out once. Border black.
Yeah. Yep. I think so.
I don't hate it. I wonder if I can
just
all right, so we added a border. I think I like the thickness of that. That looks good. We'll try a little 2.5, see if that, nope, that's not what I thought I was doing. 2.5. Sure, that'll probably look better once I change the fonts anyways. Okay. So we added the border. Next thing I wanted to do was to make the axes thicker, which should just be right here. Let's go 3. Didn't realize that the mist bubbles were transparent. Nor do I want them to be. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then how can I lower these guys? Mapping, here we go. Let's go 8 and 8. Like I don't think 5 and 5 is what I want, but let's see how that looks. Not bad, maybe a little bit lower, like 6. Be nice to like have it consistent. Let's go out to 7.5. It does, like, it is centered. It feels strange. Should I go more so? I don't know. Could obviously just go to the max. Out to the corner. For some reason it doesn't look even with that, although maybe it's just because the other one isn't even. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, I think that's okay. Should I draw the icons a little bit bigger? Go 20. Just a little bit. Now it kind of looks like everything needs to be shifted over. Yeah, I kind of think it did. All right. Let's roll with that for right now. And then I'll leave that in case I come up with something else. But for right now, the last real thing for throwing is to update the fonts. Which I guess maybe I'll save that and do that after we tackle putting. So for putting, make circles a bit smaller. We got to go down to putting heat map. Draw a circle. Is that the radius? That is the radius. Let's go to 12. 7.5. Yeah, I think even just get rid of this. Let's have it add border to this. Yeah. I like that. I like that. A little bit bigger. Okay. And that should really be the same. Same thing here. We're gonna go deep stats colors dot miss distribution gradient colors 0 and 1. Keep some consistency across those. Which does maybe not quite like the colors as much. Is mint what I'm using for that, I wonder? It is. It is. It is. Is that more of a green or less of a green? I can't tell. Maybe it's really just the orange that I don't love here. Let's try like the coral red. It's the gradient that I'm a little bit more concerned about. But I guess we'll take a peek at it. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Bit smaller, less transparent, done. All right, for the buttons, we are going to scrap those. Kind of going to scrap them. This breakdown, put, filtered chip. Yeah, so instead of the filtered chip, we are going to use all deep. I made a note of this log button. How was I doing this? Was color label what was toggling on or off? All deep stats log button. No, is active was one. Is active. Color label was required. It is. And how was I using color label? These, okay. Hyzer releasing. Show logging colors. Okay. Comma. Label will be C1. Selected is active can be show C1. Okay. On selected say, I don't think that's quite gonna work. Convert this and this into something I can use here. Which is a unpressed. V is a true or false. I need onPressed to oppressed. OnPressed to toggle the V back and forth and assign it to show C1. Yeah? Okay. That makes a whole lot of sense. It sure does. Button width. Do I have a good, easy way to do that? I don't think I do. Is width and height required? I'm sure they are. They are. What to do about that? Font size, let's go 18. Button width and button height. I'm not trying to make this excessive here, but I have to pass a button width and button height to the all stats log button in the code below. Any good ideas of how to accomplish this without using a hard-coded number? Where can I drop this at? Up here, maybe? Yeah, cool. Do what I have done in previous views. I suppose that works. Screen width, screen height. All right, so here let's go screen width times a third, maybe? 4. Show makes can be bigger. Screen height divided by, I don't even know. We'll try a guess and see what happens. Yeah, let's just go ahead and replace all of these. We got show C2. C2 and C2. Then we've got show makes. Let's just call this makes for right now. Let's divide it by 3. Keep the height the same. Drop these. And and see what happens. So changing the buttons here is what we're going for. All right, yeah, and obviously we don't like something used on a all the way up. Button designs 1551. Ah, that makes sense. If deep stats colors dot shot logging colors widget color label is not equal to null, is not equal to null. Then we're gonna throw all of this in here. It's gonna ask me for those colors down there. Man. Let's try this. We'll hope that I'm not screwing anything up. So I'm gonna call them out up here. If it's not equal to null, then we're gonna throw these guys in. None of that should have been throwing an error previously, or should be throwing an error now because it wasn't previously. So I think that should be just fine. So if it's not equal to null, then we'll run through all that, but otherwise we're going to default to this. Yeah, and that'll give me some nice options to work with. The is active is cool. Okay. Now, height needs to go down 20. Looks pretty good. Obviously going to get smaller for that. Let's try 5, 5, and 4. Could even go a little bit smaller. I don't know how much smaller I want to go. I mean, I like the way that looks. We go, yeah, alignment, center. Let's go run spacing. That should be between rows. Yeah, that looks good. Cool, cool, cool. I like it. All right, change buttons. Oh, and I even had notes to myself on what to pass for the color label. Yeah, that's silly. The way I just did it was fine. I could have just changed the color label and passed it to be a value that wouldn't be null. I had already thought about that. And button height times 0.6. Button height. Okay, I did make that note, so we're going to try that. I did actually make them bigger, but I think I am kind of okay with that. Yeah, 5 looks good. Cool. Yeah, and make's not showing unless they're toggled on. Okay. Done there. Now we are on to updating fonts across the board. Text. All right, I'm doing the same overflow max lines here. Context, misdistribution already has what it needs to be, so we can ignore that one. Oh, except for the, yeah, something that, I mean, should never be an issue, but for the title, but we'll throw it in there just because it feels like better practice. All right, style here. Let's go 20. Let's go font family, Lolita, overflow, ellipsis. Throw a comma in there. Those guys I'm going to copy for future use. We'll go max lines 1. Let me see how 20 looks. Should be bigger. 25. Yeah. Okay. So 25 for throwing. We'll keep that in mind. What is this? This is on the key for these. Okay. Font family. Max lines 1. $16. Yeah, and that'll end up getting a little squished for the rest of this stuff, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Okay, let's keep rolling. Text overflow, putting here, so this is going to be our 25. We'll drop that in. And max lines 1. I did do that over there, didn't I? Yeah, okay. All right, text painter. This is on the miss bubble, okay. Icon font family, that's, yeah, no. Const. Let's do a save. Oh, I did that on the wrong one. That didn't need to be, well. Okay, yeah, don't change the icons. Don't do that. Text we can change. Max lines 1. Let's see how that looks. Max lines is not defined. Is it defined for this? It's defined for text painter. Okay. Max. Yeah. Oh. Max lines 1. What's my error right now? Just auto fix that at some point. All right, now we got the font in there. Text again. Shoot. All right, not for the icon. We got it for the number. Do I want the numbers to be bigger? I think they're okay right now. We have the gradient to go with it. What is this for? This is for the legend. Okay. So I'm not going to change the icons. For the key, even though I thought we already changed it. Yeah, draw legend isn't being used. Okay. I was like, I thought I already changed this for the legend. And we did. What did I just get rid of that I wasn't supposed to? Oh, this is what I need to get. Well, no, hold on. Yeah. Just this is what I need to get rid of. Okay. And that's everything? Cool. What do we think for an initial pass at this graphic?
I think it's pretty good.
One thing that might be fun, I might try here, is gradient color. Can you change the below color gradient? Instead, operate over 4 colors. Let's give this a try. I think it'd be cool to have this go to the presets and just use the whole scoring colors for this. Birdie color, par color, bogey color, double bogey color. Let's do a reset there. Still gonna get an error? See if maybe that was just related to putting. I don't think it was, but putting I would need to change anyways. This is going to be miss putting color 0. Give me a reset there. Yeah, it's working fine right now. Okay, so kept the putting colors the same. I am kind of thinking that I should make that border a little bit thicker now. Yeah. And then whole scoring colors, so birdie, par, bogey, double bogey are the options there. We're doing it up with some weird colors here, but That's okay. Distinguishable at least, which is important. All right. Now for the exciting time, you're not going to be able to see this at all, but we get to cross out a section for, already crossed out the one above, right? Yeah, for timeline. All right, so in this section, done. I had my extra mix section down here, which we also did. So that's done. Which means we got one graphic left. Well, no. Let's not get ahead of myself here. I've still got a lot of stuff left, but we're done with one more graphic now, which is cool. Which is cool for the wheel. This is going to start with me going through ChatGPT. I do actually have, I've been forgetting to mention, I have one more graphic I'm going to add. So in C1x right now, for everybody, you get round grades. And this is based off of your general driving and putting stats, what I'm showing down here. Based on all of this, I thought it'd be cool to have a deep stats grade as well. That would focus a little bit more on consistency. Still a little bit undecided as to how exactly that's going to come together. But that is a graphic that I want to add to this view. That's not here yet. I've had that on my list for a while, and I just keep thinking that I just have to fix the design of these and we're done. So we have one more graphic to create in general, and then we have reworking the layout of this in appearance of this. I'm sure reworking layout and appearance of the deep round grade once I get that in there. Deep stats grade. And that's it for these graphics. And then we can jump into making some final edits on this stuff. Make sure this stuff's still all working okay. Looks to be, which is great. Yeah, I have some design changes to make to this, but it is... I'm excited about it. It's hard, like I am proud of the way that this looks. I know it's not like earth-shattering, but it just looks clean, which for anyone who's seen my first main disc golf app, which is Throw at the Pros, or even just seen what the original C1x looked like. This was a really big step up. And starting to put this stuff together, it was definitely not looking that way. And I knew I could get it there, but it's still... still makes me a little bit nervous. I'm looking at just because I'm having the thought, cut myself off. For the flight path graphic, I want to make those axes a little thicker. So I'm going to do that real quick. Table border, column widths, table row. That's background color, so it might just be this. Let's go black. Okay, and let's go maybe 1.5. Too much? Too little? Can't tell if it's too much or if it's just perfect. I kind of like it. And then can I add a little tiny border to those guys? That would be cool. Scoring cell, where do I create scoring cell at? Quad segment scoring cell, here we go. Which creates a quad segment, which is this container. I only have one of those, right? That's the only spot I'm using quad segment. It should be. Let's go decoration, box decoration. This is going to be color. So let's drop this. Yeah, it's like should only affect those. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Even more excited now. I think that looks so much better. Whew. This one is still, just with how dense the other stuff is, this one is kind of calm, which I guess is okay. All right, got to call it there. Yeah, chopped off a couple more sections there. Let's just read through them. We got the composite wheel, in which I have currently my notes to update all the layout of this view, and then I'll end up creating a new section, I'm sure, for appearance changes once I have that put together. Deep round grade is going to be a new graphic that we need to get a layout put together, and then the same thing, I'll create a new section, take notes for appearances. Shot type. So I've got my notes on the appearances for this graphic. I've got lots of notes on how to change and streamline the shot logging. So this. That section is almost a whole page on its own. And then I've actually got a few just random notes that I'm sure I'll end up adding to as well. Icons and graphics bigger. What was I going for there? I wonder. I don't know. Maybe kind of just a general note, but some changes to make here. I still need to improve the appearance of the putting widget. So this guy. Basket's going to stay the same, but I need the drag gesture to work a little bit better to avoid screen swiping, make the disc look better. Are the two main things. Yeah. That's all we got right now. Those are the sections I have. We'll add the couple for the layouts and graphics I still need to create. But couple quick improvements to flight pass there at the end, and we got the misses looking pretty good, I think. So I think that's pretty exciting. We're going to call it there for today. As always, thanks to anybody who finds this after the fact. If you have any comments on what you'd like to see in C1x, let me know down below. Let me know if you want to be a tester for the initial deep stats that's going to go out. Got a pretty select group of people that I'm going to send that out to initially. Send that out being this, which you're looking at right now. It'll be definitely at least another month and a half, maybe 2 months before this update actually goes live to the public. So if you want to get it before then, testing is going to be the way to do that. And you don't get to test it unless you let me know. That's how it works. So yeah, what else I have? I don't think anything. You can also, I send out regular email updates to a newsletter of people that have signed up to get updates about C1x. If you go to the C1x website, that should be in the description of this video. There's a link if you scroll down, just like the second section, just to type in your email. I send out, right now it's like 1 email a month maybe, just with a little development update or what's going on. But yeah, haven't checked usage stats in a while. Last I looked, I was sitting around, I think 450, 500 downloads ish. So pretty small group, but definitely still getting some users. I think we were at, over 600,000 feet of disc golf holes scored using C1x, which is cool. So, and that's without people even seeing this update, you know? So maybe this will just drive them away for good. We'll see. All right. I'll shut up now. Again, thanks to anybody who watches this. And maybe we'll see you in the next one.